of Brega and AlJazeera. This follows Wednesday's failed attempt by pro-Gaddafi forces to retake Brega, some 800 kilometers east of the capital, Tripoli. And this was the aftermath of Wednesday's attacks. Bodies of victims at the hospital morgue in Brega. All this as the International Criminal Court prepares to kick off its investigation into alleged crimes against humanity in Libya. Meanwhile, Libyan opposition groups are digging in for the long term, amassing men and weapons in a bid to reinforce their control of AlJazeera in the east. And AlJazeera has learned that Colonel Gaddafi has accepted an offer by Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez to mediate the crisis. The Arab League has welcomed that offer. Another news, a judge in Lahore has ruled that a CIA contractor accused of killing 2 Pakistanis will not enjoy diplomatic immunity. Raymond Davis maintains he acted in self-defense. The case has strained relations between the U.S. and Pakistan and inflamed anti-American sentiment there. Meanwhile, 9 people have been killed during a suicide attack on a police station in Pakistan's northwest. Officials say a lorry carrying explosives rammed into the building in Hangu district. Egyptian security officials say 3 people have been killed and 10 injured in clashes between inmates and police at a prison north of Cairo. The jail's director was also injured. In Malaysia, opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim is testifying for the first time on Thursday in his second sodomy trial. The prosecution says Anwar had unnatural sex with a male former aide, punishable by up to 20 years in jail. He took the witness stand in what local media is calling a trial within a trial. Anwar is seeking to throw out DNA evidence produced by the prosecution earlier this week. He says it was obtained without his consent. And Thursday is the last day for WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to lodge an appeal against a decision by the UK High Court. He is to be extradited to Sweden to face questioning on sexual assault allegations. Assange denies the accusations. I'll be back at the top of the hour with more news. Right now, it's People and Power. Stay with us.
Hello everyone, this is People and Power and I'm Summer El-Shahat. On today's program, Building Egypt's Future.
محتاجين نكمل الضغط لأن النظام في مصر لسه لم يسقط، يعني النظام في مصر لسه موجود. رجال أعمال لسه موجودين وليهم أذرع في الأحياء وفي المناطق.
A fortnight ago, we showed you a film that we shot exclusively and behind the scenes with young activists from Egypt's April 6th movement. They were among the key players in the uprising that brought down Hosni Mubarak. So how have they fared in the weeks since? Though the news of the president's resignation was greeted with wild jubilation by the mass crowds in Tahrir Square, the revolution itself is far from over. A military council now runs the country, and many of the political and economic conditions that led to the revolt are still in place. The challenge facing the activists and the pro-democracy movement in general is how to build on their gains and secure real and lasting change. But as reporter Elizabeth Jones found out, the cold reality of the morning after is that there is still much to do.
February the 11th, the night Hosni Mubarak fell.
ضحكت من قلبي عمري ما ضحكت بالطريقة ديت. فضلنا نهزر وطول الليل ما احناش مصدقين ان الثورة بجد نجحت.
احنا كنا عارفين القرار من قبلها بيوم، كنا الجيش مبلغنا بان مبارك هيتنحى قبلها بيوم، لكن كان الفرحة الحقيقية لما لقينا الناس بتفرح وبتضحك، هي ده كان الفرحة الحقيقية دي.
At that moment it was the happiest moment of my life. I kept screaming and yelling and couldn't keep myself, and I went to Tahrir Square right away. But I realized that it was not the end. It was just the beginning.
It's Thursday, February 17th, nearly a week after Mubarak left Cairo. A new era for Egypt means a new home for the April 6th youth movement, whose Facebook campaign helped launch the revolution. This dilapidated building, far from the center of Cairo, has been donated by a supporter as a new headquarters. Members come from across Egypt, including this woman from the far north. April 6th is growing, its recognition and reputation much enhanced. Its founder, Ahmed Maher, has called the core April 6th group together.
السلام عليكم الأول وآسف على التأخير جدا. بيقولوا في مظاهرات في وسط البلد فالدنيا زحمة، يعني مش عارف الناس اللي بيعملوا مظاهرات دول قاعدين يعطلونا يعني على طول باستمرار. طيب
He tells them of his meeting with the ruling High Military Council. Revolution, it seems, has turned into a series of meetings.
عايز بس اتكلم عن المقابله دي عشان دي مقابله مهمه جدا. المقابله دي مهمه جدا نحدد بيها الفتره الجايه تكون عامله ازاي، مطالبنا. فقلنا النهارده القعده مع الجيش رقم 0 مش رقم 1، يعني النهارده تعارف ودردشه. تفاوض هيكون بعد كده وهيكون معلن.
Maher wanted 3 demands urgently addressed: the repeal of the emergency law, the freeing of political prisoners, and the creation of a government of technocrats.
اتكلمنا عن الحكومه والمفروض تتشكل وزاره براي الائتلاف او بمشاركه القوى السياسيه عموما. فيعني قالوا طيب احنا محتاجين وزاره دلوقتي حاليا عشان تسيير اعمال، وقلنا ان هي تسيير اعمال لغايه ما يكون في وزاره جديده. فقلنا برضو محتاجين يبقى قلنا ايه اسبوع اسبوعين شهر نعرف امتى الوزاره دي هتستمر وامتى هتمشي. فوعدوا بالرد في الاجتماع الجاي. فوق النهارده على فكره بس ما حدش عبرنا.
Already the High Military Council is reneging on its promises.
مهم سالنا برضو عن المعتقلين. قالوا فاحنا يعني في خلال يومين بالكثير قوي يوم الجمعه هيكون كل اللي اتمسك بعد 25 هيخرج.
The April 6th activists are creating new slogans now, this time against all the apparatchiks of Mubarak's regime who are still in place. Same police, same state security, same politicians. But what power do they have to change all this?
ولكن الضمانه الوحيده ان المطالب دي تتحقق بالفعل ان الناس تفضل في الشارع والناس تستمر في المطالبه بهذه الاصلاحات او المطالب. بالتاكيد هنكون موجودين في الشارع بصوره كبيره لغايه ما نضمن المطالب دي تتحقق بالكامل. فاعتقد ان لسه محتاجين ضغط شويه. في بعض الناس متخوفين من ان الجيش لا يستجيب لهذه المطالب وان هو قد يكون لا يعي او غير مقتنع بالمطالب الديمقراطيه، ولكن احنا يعني معتقدين ان مع استمرار الضغط هيؤدي لنتائج كويسه.
The next day, Friday, an estimated 2 million people have come out to celebrate the triumph of the revolution and to commemorate those who died. This sign reads, "We won't forget, we won't sell out. The blood of the martyrs will not be lost."
كان في رهان من جانب الجيش ومن جانب ناس كتير ان احنا مش هنقدر ننزل على الاعداد دي تاني، لكن الحمد لله بعد التحرك دوت اعتقد ان دي رساله واضحه جدا للجيش ان الناس نازله والناس مصرة على مطالبها واهمها هي رحيل حكومه شفيق والافراج عن كل المعتقلين السياسيين.
Only through the power of the people does the April 6 movement have any power itself. All the youth groups who played a role in toppling Mubarak have joined together in a loose coalition, trying to coordinate their actions to exert the most pressure on the authorities. They're expected to commit to these Friday demonstrations so